Hi, this is Peter the Clairvoyant here, and I'm doing a reading here for Sal. I'm presuming your name's Sally, but if not, I'll just call you by your name that I see on your messenger. So that's going through as Sal. Okay, so let's start off with an overview of your life. Then we'll have a look at relationships, work and career, family, where the year ahead is going, and then money and health and whatever else I may draw to. And we'll finish off with an angel card reading. So a little bit of everything, so reasonably in depth for you. Okay, so let's just see now what we get here for this overview for you. So just bear me a second now. I'll put a few cards down. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. Right. It just feels though sometimes you may feel a little bit confused now about what you want, where you're kind of going, and where you're heading. It's a bit like you're coming to a crossroads in your life, not a midlife crisis or anything like that, but it's like, do I want this? Do I want that? It's like you're trying to figure out where you're meant to be and what you're kind of looking for. And if you've got children, you are coming out here as the mother figure. But I'm also being drawn with this as well, as if to say, do you want a child? Want the birth of a child coming in. But don't get me wrong, it isn't show me a pregnancy. It's almost like a question mark. So all I'm going to say there is that birth of a child is there if you want it. But if you don't, just be kind of careful of what you're doing, because I'm very drawn to pregnancies around you. Okay, so just bear that in mind. But I do feel like at the moment there's a little bit of lack of communication around you. And I'm being drawn to this man here that I can see you connecting with. And he comes across here as the King of Swords, so he's somebody who's very stubborn, very set in his ways. And he also comes in as the King of Coins. So see the coin there he's holding. Now a coin comes out the ground, so the coin is cold. And that's showing me sometimes he can be a little bit cold with his emotions, but he doesn't do that deliberately. That's just who he is. It's part of his personality. So it's like he's got his stubbornness. He doesn't open up very easily. But this is just who he is, just like who you are. So don't take that personal against you. But I just feel like with yourself, it's like 1 minute you're happy and 1 minute you're not. And I feel like you've got to start figuring out now about what it is you're wanting, what you're looking for in life, what's going to make you feel emotionally uplifted. And I feel like next year has got to be the year that this happens for you. I'm not saying like you've got to find true love next year, but I'm saying you've got to figure out what you're looking for and where you're going. So as you do move forward, that can start coming in because you're creating the path forward. But if you just keep sort of even indifferent where you are, you're not opening up the paths for you to move forward. So a lot of things to sort out. You have to excuse me at the moment, I've got this ticklish cough. Now, this is your Ace of Swords. Now, aces are all about new beginnings, fresh starts and that. But this is your decision-making card. And it's saying, look, you will make the right decisions and choices as you move forward. And that is your victory sword as well. So it is saying, look, you will make the right decisions. And then sitting next to it, you've got your Lovers card. But this isn't always about lovers and choices to do with lovers. It's about resolvement. So it's like you've got a lot of resolving to do and sorting out to do. But here, this is your Sun card now. What do you feel when the sun comes out? You feel happy and joyful. But this was coming in upside down, sort of like that. So what this means is there is a certain amount of happiness and joy around you, but I don't feel like you're jumping for joy at the moment. So you've got to start thinking now, what do you want, where you're going, making those decisions and choices and resolving things so you can bring everything in. But I feel this is the point here, is you're free of wands. This is you. It's like you're looking forward, and it's like you're searching for something. It feels like something's missing in your life, but sometimes you're not sure what it is that's missing. It's like a lot of question marks going on up here. But at least that's coming in the right way, because it is saying, look, you will find what you're looking for. But it does feel like something's coming to an end around you. But I feel like once this comes to an end, you can then create your fresh start. And then you'll be able really solidly be able to look forward and embrace your new future. And I think that's going to be quite exciting. But I feel like what you've got to start doing now, see here, your Fool card, this doesn't mean you're a fool. It means you've got to start taking a leap of faith. You've got to start taking some chances, as if to say, right, I know what I want, what I'm doing, where I'm going, but I could be holding back my fears or whatever it is. And it's like you've got to throw yourself into it now and say, what the hell? In for a penny, out for a pound. Let's just see where life takes me. Also, what I'm being drawn to here as well is your study card. Feels like, there's, let's just say in a very simple way, there's some wonderful opportunities coming around you. But I am being drawn to study and training and learning new skills. But the only problem that you've got is, before that Fool card came in, is the Justice card. And with the Justice card here, it's like, you're coming in as the woman of balance. If you can see these scales here, they're completely level pegging, they're absolutely level. That's basically saying, you know what, you like everything to be just so in order. Everything in its little neat boxes. And that's great. But do you know what, if you can find that kind of balance in life, fantastic, wonderful. But the trouble is, sometimes you can't. Sometimes it's like you've got to come out your comfort zone a little bit and take that leap of faith and throw yourself in the deep end. But then, because of that, and because of the way you are, it's like, oh no, I can't throw myself into it, don't know where I'm going, that's daunting, that's scary, can't do it, everyone's got to be just so. But it's what you need to do. So, these things aren't simple. But what is interesting here is the first card I put down for you is your worries and anxieties. And what this is saying to you is, yes, your worries are real, but where there's a will, there's a way. In other words, you may have your fears, worrying everything will be in order and it's not, but it's saying, look, but there is a way all around this. You've just got to find a way. If you can't go directly through to get what you want, then maybe you've got to go around it, the back door in, or just find another way of trying to get yourself from A to B. It's about having a plan, and sometimes, we might have to go the longest way around, but hey, doesn't matter, does it, as long as we get there. So I just feel as though you've got a lot of sorting out. It's almost like, as I look at this as you move forward, I wouldn't say your life is negative, but I feel like you've got so much more potential. There's so much more that you could be doing. There's so much more that you could bring in that could really lift you up and make you feel really positive about things. So at the moment, it just feels like I'm a bit stood still, but I need to create a new beginning. And I feel like you've got to make these decisions, resolve it all, which way you're going to go about it, take some chances, and then see how it all unfolds. And it can be a bit daunting, but look at it more, oh, this is exciting. And I feel like as you do it like that, you'll be onwards and upwards. So I hope that kind of makes sense to you. So, like I say, that was an overview. Right, let's have a look at relationships. Now, I'm not sure if it said it on my website that this video might be in 2 videos, but I think my phone's had an update on my camera and it just allows me to record longer now, so we'll see what happens, because sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. So the video, if it lasts for 30 minutes or more, then great, we haven't got to do it in 2 videos because the camera's allowing me to carry on with the video. It's just before, like a couple of months ago, after 22 minutes it would just cut off, so I would have to do 2 videos. So just thought I'd let you know on that, so you know what's happening. Okay, see again, you see here, he's come closer together, this man, very stubborn, very set in his ways, and he can be a bit cold with his emotions. But like I say, I'm not saying he's a negative person. It's just that's his personality, and you've got to accept him. It's almost like feels though sometimes you wanted a bit more thought, a bit more emotion from this person. So it's like you've got your question marks. You know, are you happy there and settled, or you know, can you put up with his ways? In fact, crossing it all is your choice card. It's like you've got to choose wisely what you want. Now, just for some reason, because sometimes I just see black and white, so I put everything into it. So if it's this, it's that, or if it's something else, I'm telling you about it, and then hopefully you can understand it and make it fit. Because with you not being here to talk to me, it's like we can't resolve things. I don't like asking questions as such, but when something's just, you know, I like to sort of say what I'm feeling and a bit of feedback. But I just thought for some reason, with that choice card coming, it's just made me think as if to say, is this two different people? Somebody's very stubborn, very set in the ways, but then there's somebody here who's a bit cold emotions. I feel it's one person, but I could be wrong. So I just thought I'd let you know what I'm thinking there. But whatever it is, it's like you've got to choose wisely. But what I'm also being told as well as you move forward, don't judge this person by your past. It's almost like I feel like there's been a relationship there in the past where I felt like he was cold with his emotions, but he was quite negative for you, and I feel like he let you down. Well, that's not this person. I don't see any mistrust here whatsoever. It's just, this is his personality. So this is where you've got to resolve it now and sort it out. But I keep being drawn to an ending. But it's coming in like as if to say, it's not like it is ended or is going to end, but do you want it to end? And if you don't, it's like you've got to get this sorted out and resolve it. And I could say, you know, nurture this person a little bit, get him to open up a little bit. And I would say, yeah, to a point that would work. But I don't want you to expect miracles, because I just know his personality isn't going to change that great deal. So, but I keep feeling, you know, every time I look at this, I keep saying to myself, where are all these true, loving, emotional cards? It's like it's not really flowing. I see you sort of being reasonably happy, but I feel like something's being held back. And then I keep feeling like sometimes I feel like you feel like something's missing. So, are you really wanting more emotion? So, and if that's what you're wanting, more emotion, then I feel like you have got to let go of this and move on. But I do feel like when you come to that point, it's going to be a lot harder than what you think it will be, because I feel like you have got thoughts and feelings for this person, and that's why the Sun card keeps coming in. But it's not like I'm jumping for joy and really, I feel like the more I'm drawing to it, I feel like my head is ready to explode. I feel like it's battering my head in. It's like I feel like I don't know what I'm doing and where I'm going. And again, you're coming in as this, you know, woman of balance, trying to keep everything, you know, in line. So I just feel as though it's difficult and it's complicated. And I feel like you've got to start opening up with your thoughts. There's a lack of communication here, and this communication needs to be looked at and resolved. So this is what's got to be sorted now and resolved. But one thing I do want to say is, as time goes by, you're becoming more independent. And I like that. And I would say, do you know what? Embrace it. But then when you're coming independent, it's like you need that right person around you. You need somebody who's going to like be there with you, making things happen, complimenting you to get where you need to be in life. But you don't want somebody who's like in control you and hold you back. And I don't feel like I get control with this person. I feel like he'll just let you get on with things because that's his personality. So in one way, I feel like he can be good for you, but then I've just got question marks with his personality from your point of view. So it's like, are you going to sacrifice one thing for another? Or are you looking for a bit more of this? I don't know. Like I say, it's difficult. From my perspective, I don't want to put you off him, but I could understand why you wouldn't let go and move on. So all I would say is think long and hard about what's the best thing for you. But if you made your mind up and this helps you to make up your mind, then great. Do it, get on with it. But I just feel as though, think about it from all angles. I think what I'm going to do to just try and clarify an answer, because sometimes in a reading it isn't always about me telling you what to do. Sometimes it's about choices. But I'll give you as much information to help you to make that choice. But let's just see what you should do. Or is he right for you? See, it keeps coming back like it's your choice. See, here I'm being pulled in different directions, which way to go. And then here is your wish card. But again, it's like I don't see all these loving emotional cards. I keep feeling you're wanting more emotion. More thought, more feeling. So I feel as if that's what you're wanting, then you've got to go out and get it. But I don't feel like you can suddenly change and become a different person. Right, let's have a look at work and career for you. Right, I just feel as though work and career, I feel like there's so much more that you can be doing. Oh, now this is interesting. Oh, right. It's just suddenly I'm seeing things here that I just didn't see before. Now, whether this is going to make a big difference for you or there's something else going on here. But let me explain. Right, first, before I touch on that, I'll just pull that out there. This is you, the Queen of Wands. It's like almost like you can start getting a little bit more ambitious, wanting to do a bit more and achieve a bit more, and it's you being the hard-working woman. And basically saying, Luke, this is saying you can do more and achieve more, and all you've got to decide is how high up the ladder do you want to go, or do you want to get to a certain level that's enough for me and I'm okay with that, or do you want to have a go at self-employment? It's like all these possibilities are there. Now, right in the centre, I got your true love card coming out, your Ace of Cups, but this is all about emotion and feeling positive. But let's not just look at it as love. It's just basically saying, look, now, whatever you're doing, wherever you're going, it's like you've got to be really enjoying what you're doing. It's got to be fulfilling you. It's like it's lifting your energy up. But also, do bear in mind, once this comes in, this will have a ripple effect right across your life. And it might make you look at your relationships a little bit differently because this is lifting you up and you're not feeling fed up and bored. You're feeling really positive. But the other thing is, I'm going to pull them out together so I can show it you. This is how they're coming side by side. Here's your emotional card. This is your affair card. And here's the Knight of Cups here, somebody coming forward offering love. And I just feel as though there could be somebody in work who I feel as though is really drawn to you, and you could have a connection with this person. And I just feel as though you'll have a difficult choice there to make. But I do feel with him, you get the passion and the emotion. Now, I'm not saying you're going to have an affair. I just feel as though there's something there. So just wait and see. So I'm being drawn to two different things with this. And I feel like two different things I feel so could materialise. So just do that, bear that in mind. But I do feel, as you're moving forward, I feel like I'm getting bored. And I want new things to come in. So here, I'm sitting there getting a little bit fed up with things. And I'm getting me positive thoughts and ideas. But I've got to go out there now and embrace everything. Because if I just keep sitting there and not putting this passion and this energy into my career or my life, it's like I'm feeling fed up, you know, and I'm going to start getting depressive because I'm not acting upon it, and then it's like everything gets dragged down. But all of a sudden it's like, no, I'm going to knock this down, I'm going to knock that down, I'm going to embrace this, I'm going to embrace that. It's like everything's coming in for you, and then all of a sudden you are going to feel emotionally uplifted. And relationships are coming into this because I keep seeing this stubborn man a bit. So it's like I feel as though it is making sense what I've said, where I feel like, you know, as long as you're happy and doing what you're doing in your career and you put more energy into that, it will make you look at things differently, but it doesn't mean it's going to resolve everything, but it could do. Because of all that emotion suddenly coming in, it's like it's lifting you up, you're feeling more passionate, and that can have a positive ripple effect on other aspects of your life, not just relationships. So, really quite excited about that side of your life, to be honest. It's like I feel like there's a lot of energy to come in. But just let me look. Is there somebody coming in to your work side of your life where it feels like you could be having a connection with? Oh, it's come out again. Oh, look at that. I wonder if the Knight of Cups comes in a second. You saw me shuffling them cards, and I'm asking that question. Is somebody going to come in that you could meet through work, career, business, or whatever it may be, and there could be an emotional connection there, and it's like he's paying you some attention, and it is saying yes. Wow. Watch out for the fun and games. Let's just see if that happens, whether you should connect with it. Well, it's like it's your crossroads, deciding whether you carry on as you are or you bring something new into your life. He could be quite a driven, ambitious person, got ideas, and there's a bit of fate with it, and he has got a sensitive side to him as well. So it's not saying no, it's just saying you've got to make some tough decisions as you move forward. Right, let's have a look at money for you. Right, it's telling you not to worry about money. Just try and balance your finances out a little bit, see where you can make some savings. But the more energy you can put in your career, the more money you can be earning. So this is just saying to try and balance it out, perhaps make some savings, see if you can put a bit aside so you've got something there backing you up for the future. But I'm also being shown a house move here as well. So in other words, if you put money aside, you're saving money towards that. But it's telling you not to worry about money. So just be wise with it. Look after what you've got. Don't be fearful of putting energy into new ideas to make money, because that just feels really positive to do that. So money's fine. And let's have a look at health. Right, keep an eye on your hands or your wrists aching a little bit. This is telling you to just look after yourself. It's almost like you need some healing. I don't mean like you're ill, but I feel like emotional healing. It's almost like so you can calm down and you can clear think where you're going. I would say with that as well, go for some Reiki healing. It's almost like it'll de-stress you, calm you down, be very good for you. And keep an eye on your feet aching a little bit. Make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes as much as you possibly can. Watch your middle back aching a little bit. And then here I've got regime change. And this is either diet or exercise, which is absolutely fine, but just don't go OTT with it. Just get what you want out of it, enjoy it, and you'll be fine. And keep an eye on some chesty coughs and colds coming up around you, where they really get a bit of a grip on your chest a little bit. And then I just feel as though, watch your energy levels. I just feel like sometimes you're a bit drained, feeling a bit lost. And when you're feeling a bit lost and not knowing what you're doing, where you're going, it's like you overthink things, and that can drain your energy a little bit. So just keep an eye on your health. and try and balance things out there as best as you can. Right, let's have a look over the course of the year now. Anything you need to know, anything you should be doing, and generally what's going on around you now as you move forward. Okay, so sometimes you can be a little bit guarded, a bit protective of yourself, but it just feels like you need to let your barriers down now and start opening up now with your thoughts and feelings. And I feel like you've got to start learning to trust people a little bit. And sometimes you feel like you're held back, like life's holding you back. And sometimes it's you, sometimes it's situations, and sometimes it's the universe. But I do feel as though now it's time to break those obstacles now so you can move forward. And you've got to start communicating your thoughts so you can get the answers that you need. And I just feel as though gradually it's like you're coming to an end of a cycle now where things are going to change and you can start to put all the negativity behind you. But it does feel like certain things now you're holding on to, and it's time to let go now and move forward and embrace the new changes. And then gradually as all this unfolds, it's like you'll start to move forward into a new passage of your life. But it's like you've got to get a little bit creative now, the way you do things to help you to move forward. And a couple of things you've got to sort out with family. And I feel like don't let family hold you back, because sometimes I've got them pulling on you a little bit. But you can be quite a caring, quite a sensitive person. And I feel like you need to show that, you need to express it, and you need to feel it as well. Because if you don't feel that love and emotion, you're not like a complete person sometimes. So that's a bit of a difficult one for you. So life feels a little bit up and down at the moment, but I feel gradually you will start to balance it out. But you've got to stop pulling in different directions now, and you've got to make your decisions, and you've got to get on with it, and you've got to start taking some calculated chances now to get you where you need to be in life. So that does feel like you have got some obstacles, and you've got to start dealing with them and changing them and facing it all head on. Right, let's have a look here at what your angels have got to say. Right, so here's your wishes and dreams. So whatever it is you're wanting, whatever it is you're seeking, that's all there for you. Love and emotions will build up around you as you move forward, but bear in mind that is crossing your wishes and dreams. So what do you want now when it comes to love? And you've got to have the confidence now to make it all happen and do what you feel so is right for you. And do notice the signs, as if to say the angels are around you to help guide you and protect you. They are there for you. And there are going to be some changes, and there is a baby there again that I'm being drawn to. So you've got to start trusting your intuition now and going with your gut feelings and doing what you feel is right for you. But you've got to sort of look at things all innocently now. So if anything's upsetting you, just try and let it go so you can move on in the best way that you feel. And when I say move on, it doesn't mean you've got to walk away from people, but you just got to let the energy go. And you've got to start bringing some joy and fun into your life now. And you've got to let your past go now and embrace the future. And I keep touching on the past. Don't judge the present by the past. And that could help you to make some proper decisions. Now this says you've got a lovely, lovely positive energy around you. It's very caring, very healing, very intuitive. So it almost feels like you'd be very good at looking after people, caring, counselling, social work, or you could perhaps tap into that on a spiritual level if you wanted to. So I feel so that's really interesting. So I hope all that's made sense to you. If you feel so you do got any questions to ask me, feel free to come back to me, and I don't mind going over a few things with you. You know, I'm quite happy to do that for you. And I just feel as though just digest what I've said, look at it from different aspects, the way it could sort of make sense to you. Because sometimes us readers, we say things and we're absolutely right what we're saying, but it doesn't always mean what we think it means. It could just be coming in a slightly different way. It's not about making it fit, but it's like we can see things and we write what we're seeing, but maybe the context is slightly different, or it could be just the way you interpret it. But so just sort of, fit it loosely. But I'm sure it should make sense, a lot of it, of what I'm trying to say to you. So I wish you all the best. I hope you've had a great Christmas, and I wish you a happy New Year. And you know where I am if you need me again in the future. Thank you. Bye bye now.